What is up, YouTube? It's the Ville Outdoors here. Welcome back to another episode on my channel. Today is August 9th of 2022 and I am back in Maryland today. Not as far as a drive as my last video, which I was starting out at the Big Elk Creek. That didn't turn out all too well. The creek was kind of muddy looking, didn't look too healthy for a body of water. So we switched up and fished some little runs. Did some micro fishing, which ended us landing 2 new species. Today we are here at the Big Elk Creek in Elkton, Maryland. Never fished this creek before. I've never been in this area before, so we're going to do some exploring today. Probably do a good bit of creek wading. And then later in the day, once it gets too hot, we'll probably find some runs to fish and stuff like that. But we're going to start off by this covered bridge here. There's some nice deep pockets, and then you got some rocks right below us here that you might be able to see. And we're going to toss the trout magnet around to get us started. We're just going to do some multi-species fishing today and try and catch as many different species of fish as we possibly can. Some of you may know, some of you might not know, but I consider myself to be a life lister when it comes to fishing. So my goal isn't necessarily to catch the biggest fish, although big fish are still fun from time to time. But I try and catch as many different species as I can and try and catch new species that I have not caught on my life list yet. So basically I have 88 different species of fish that I have caught on hook and line so far in my fishing career. And we're going to try and up that number if we can at some point today. Don't know what new ones we could come across in here. I just know that there are some species that could be around, but who knows if any of them are actually going to show up today. But we're just going to fish and do some ultralight fishing to start. Got the Ugly Stik Elite 6-foot fast action rod here. We got the Shimano Sedona 2500 HG, and then we got the good old-fashioned Trout magnet on there. It's got a missing leg, but that's quite all right. It'll still work. So we're going to cast around this morning. It's going to be another hot one, so we got plenty of water and stuff like that. Let's get to fishing here. Shouldn't take too long until there's some bites, because it looks like a pretty fishy area. So stay tuned. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and let's get to fishing. Here we go, guys. First fish of the day coming up here, and we got ourselves a little red breast sunfish. Classic creek fish right here. They're pretty much in every creek in the Northeast that I've found. So let's take a quick shot of this guy and let's go let him go. Alright guys, take one last look at our little red breast sunfish there. We're just gonna pop the hook out nice and easy. Got him through the nostril. There he is. Just gonna go back in the water here. He's good to go. Came out right from underneath that overhanging tree. Second one of the day coming up here. Another red breast sunfish. This one's slightly fatter and slightly more colorful than the last one. There he is. Got a nice little red on the fins there. Pretty little fish. There he is. And there he goes. Both came from the same spot. First cast into this pool in front of me, and my trout magnet got hammered. I'm gonna see if I can recreate that. Oh, fish on almost right away. Messed up the trout magnet. Oh, there he came. Came back for it. Another red breast sunfish. This one smaller than the last couple. There he is, just a little guy. So the numbers for this creek so far, everything looks like it's going to be a healthy population of at least sunfish in here. Hopefully there is more than that we can find to make the day a little bit more interesting. Oh, here's a different fish. Oh, then it just popped off. That was going to be a little smallmouth bass if it came up. Let's see if he'll come back for it. or if there's another one that's hiding out in there. There's a fish. I think it's another red breast though. Yup. This one bigger and more colorful. Real got bright red fins there. Guys, we got a fish on here. It's a smallmouth. See if we can get him up here. Oh boy. Got a hand on him, so he counts. There he is. Solid little small jaw. Came right out of this current run in front of us here. But that is our first smallmouth bass of the day and our second species for the trip. Let's take a shot of this guy and then we're gonna let him go. Alright guys, just got our smallmouth bass unhooked here. We're just gonna let him go back in the water here. I have to get my footing right. He is good to go. It's fishing right in this current here. You might be able to see the rock on the other side there that's just kind of sticking out right before the bank. There's a little deep spot there and an eddy. I cast it right in that, and that's where that fish came from. I was thinking it could have been a little trout. I think there is some wild trout in some of the nearby tributaries and stuff, and there's another one. That is another smallmouth bass. Came out and hammered that. Look how oddly this one's shaped. Let me get him to stop shaking for you. This one needs to go see some sort of surgeon, because this is not what a smallmouth should look like, at least a healthy one. Look how weird his body looks. Such a weird looking fish. Go ahead and take a shot and release this guy. There you go, our little short and stubby smallmouth with some sort of spinal problem going back in the water here. It's good to go. 2 for 2 out of this little riffle here. Well, I didn't hit record, but I just got my third species of the day here. See if I can get him to stop flopping around for you guys. That is a little river chub there. My first one on artificial. Got him on the trout magnet. Gonna go ahead and take a shot and release this guy. Last look at our little river chub there. Feisty little guy, went after the trout magnet. Came out of the same pool as the smallmouth did. Got him unhooked here. And he's gonna go back in the water. Oh boy. Other way. There you go. He's good to go. Alright, time to catch some more. We're at 3 species now for the day. Got yet another species for the day here, casting into this little riffle behind me. Believe we got a creek chub here. Let's take a shot of this guy and let him go. Alright guys, gonna go ahead and release our little creek chub here. Species number 4 on the day. Now we got the river chub and the creek chub, all on the trout magnet. Not too shabby. Got another beautiful red breast sunfish on. This is probably our biggest one of the day here. Very pretty colors on that guy. Gonna take a shot of him, then we're gonna let him go. Alright, unhooked him nice and easy. And we're just gonna drop him back in the water here. And he's good to go. Well, this is a bit interesting here. We got this bridge. It looks pretty abandoned. And there is a huge pileup of some sticks and logs and all sorts of bush overgrowth and stuff like that. We're gonna see if we can try and find our way around it and fish the other side. Walked a little bit farther down from where we caught those last fish. The last section was pretty open, not really much structure or anything that we could fish around, or any deep pockets or change in depth at all. So it wasn't really good fishing water. But I did see some micros around that we might try and catch later, but it's still early in the morning, so we're gonna still walk down this creek while the bite is there. And hopefully we can find a way around this blockade we got going on. Well, while I was trying to get around this blockade here, I was fishing some of this structure here because it gets real deep right underneath it, and got our, what is it, 5th species a day? Nice little bluegill. Classic fish. There's some herons going crazy. I can hear them in the background. But yeah, let's take a shot of this guy and let's let him go. Alright. Well, bluegill just jumped the wrong way. Let's help him into the water here. Alright, there he goes. Back into the water. Looks like it kind of gets deep, so I might have to go up on the bank and walk around to get to the other side. I don't know what the other side looks like right now, but we'll see. Guys, fish on, fish on. This is a bass. Let's get him up here. Oh, nice smallmouth. Nice smallie. Was jigging the trout magnet underneath the structure there. And found this guy. Not a giant, but nice little small jaw to add to our morning. On the gold trout magnet right there. Pretty fish. Let's take a shot of this guy and let's let him go. Alright, nice little smallmouth going back in the water here. Oh, there's a heron flying over us. Alright. He's good to go. Took right off. Alright, I have navigated my way past the Great Wall, and now we are back in the creek. Let's keep on walking and see what we can find. Alright, gonna fish a little bit longer with the trout magnet, and then probably gonna switch over to the Tanago hook and try and catch some micro species. We're at 5 species as of now. We got the red breast sunfish, the smallmouth bass, we got river chub, creek chub, bluegill. So that's the 5 that we got now. I think we could probably get at least to 8 by the end of the day, but we'll see. Alright, we got the Tanago hook on with a tiny piece of worm. It's time to get in there and see what we can find. We should be able to get to 8 species, if not more. That's the goal. But we'll wait and see. Alright guys, I just captured my first micro species of the day. It took me forever, so I wasn't recording the whole time. But I believe that is a little tessellated darter there. I'm going to take some shots, and then we're going to release this guy. Alright guys, I finally got another fish here. I'm not exactly sure what species this is, so I'm going to go over there and take a shot of this guy. I think it could be a rosy side dace, but it's got a big stripe on the side, so I'm going to take a shot of it. Alright guys, after taking some more detailed shots of this guy, I think this is just a rosy side dace. But like I said, I'm not 100% positive. I'm going to try and see if I can get any other fish from that school to tell. But I'm just going to try and revive this guy here in the water here. Alright. Fish is off and good to go. Got our third micro species of the day. Looking at this guy, I'm going to say this is a Swallowtail Shiner here. Going to take a shot of this guy and then we're going to let him go. Just got another little shiner. Doesn't look like a Swallowtail Shiner. I'm going to take a shot and identify it. I believe this is a little common shiner though. Alright guys, there's a little common shiner there. He's going to go back in the water, our 9th species of the day. And back he goes. Alright, let's see if we can find more than 9. Just got another shiner here. I believe this is a Swallowtail Shiner, but we're going to take some shots and release this guy. Alright guys, our little shiner is going to go back in the water here. Like I said, I think it could be a Swallowtail Shiner, but then again it could be something else. So we'll get confirmation on that. and I'll leave a caption down at the bottom. There he goes. I'll have to swim another day. Alright, I think that is going to do it for today. It is just about 11:45, 11:30 right now. Yeah, just about 11:45 right now. Been fishing since around 7-ish. So, long day already. I'm going to do some more fishing, but away from the sun. And by that I mean I'm going to go fish some runs that should be nicely shaded for some micro species. Explore the little areas a bit and see if there's anything I don't have yet on my species list. But decent day. Multi-species fishing the Big Elk Creek today. Caught a bunch of red breast sunfish, a decent amount of smallmouth bass, some decent sized ones too for a creek. And we also caught some bluegill, we got river chub, creek chub, and we got tessellated darter, we got Swallowtail Shiner, we got probably a rosy side dace, common shiner, and whatever that one we just caught was. I think it's a Swallowtail Shiner, but not 100%. So I'm gonna walk back up the creek some. Might drop a line here or there if there's something that catches my eye or something I might not have on my list yet, but that is pretty much gonna do it for at least this episode. I'm gonna try and film while I'm fishing those runs and see if anything cool pops up. So make sure you tune into that video. As always, the gear I used today will be listed in the description below. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so if you enjoyed the content today. There'll be more videos to come before school starts. School starts August 31st for me, so it's getting close, but I'm gonna try and get in as much fishing as I possibly can. But until next time, this is the Ville Outdoors, and I'll see you later.